Hey everyone! So it's been a while since I've been posting my videos on the topic of 3D modeling in AutoCAD. Yet I am back and I have this little model here which I want to show you how to make. This is a little chapel, maybe from India or Iran maybe. And I'm going to show you how to do this, and later on I will also show you a more complex project I'm working on. So let's get started. I'm going to turn off this layer like that. Now we'll use this mini chapel layer. So let's start by making a box 0, 0, 0 as we usually do. And now let's start with, let's see, x at 8 meters, comma 4 meters for the y-axis, and then comma 0.4 for the height of our box, just to create this slab shape. Now let's make another box. This time let's push it here and then connect it to the middle point of our slab. And let's give it a height of about 2. Okay, seems simple enough. Now, I just want to get the basic stuff done, so that then we can get on to the more complex and tricky part, which is the actual dome, the spire-like dome. Now, I'm going to make a rectangle. And I want to, let's see, how can I make this happen? Maybe about here. Let's see, 4, 6, no 6. Actually, I think I can make an offset. Yeah, I can do this with an offset. Let's just draw around our cube, then close this polyline. Just going to turn on the width. Okay. Now let's make an my bad. Let's make an offset. I'm gonna make an offset of about 0.4, just like the slab's width. Okay. Now we can get rid of our outer line, and now we need to make an extrude. All the way down. Now let's make a subtraction with the subtract command. As you notice so far, I haven't used or even changed our UCS. Yeah, now we have space to live in here. Okay. Now let's redo that rectangle, or actually this polyline. Then let's close it again. Once again, let me just take off this width. Okay. Let's extrude it again, and I'm gonna give it about 1.4, just like the walls. This is gonna be a rather small chapel. Actually, I don't like it like that. I'm just gonna push this up again. Maybe give it, let's see, minus 0.2. Okay, clearly a bad idea. Hmm. 0.2. Okay, much better. Now, before we move on, let me just check this in the shaded view. Okay, looks good. Now, for the dome. What can we possibly do? Let's start off by making a line that will cross the entire cube, or basically its top surface. And now, for the first time, we must actually change our UCS. Place it about here. Give it a x coordinate that way, Z coordinate this way, like that. You can actually do this in any direction actually, but in this case we need parallel with this line of ours. Now let's make a circle at the very center of our line. Let's see, 1.6 looks good. And then make a second circle on the same place at about, let's put it at about 1.4. Okay, looks good. Now let's copy this circle, the very center point, the biggest of all circles. Oh, selected circle instead of copying. Okay. Select the center point of the circumference and then just connect it on one side, on the other side, and then on one intersection, on the second intersection, and then on the top. Also on this intersection here and on this one as well. Let's see if it came out right. Okay, looks good. You might be asking why we need to do this. It turns out that if you actually research about the many types of arcs and domes, we need to adjust the circles so we can get the type of dome that we need. And if you look closely, you can actually see the shape that our dome will have. Now let's use a new polyline, and this will be the trickiest part. Let's keep the width this time. And now let's select arc. Just write arc and then second, so we can select a second point about here. Then just push it all the way to the center. Now select line again, there, and then arc again. Once again, second point, or just sec. I think it'll do just fine. And there. And now shouldn't be too hard to close this here. And then select CL and close. As you can see, we have the most basic drawing that we will use to revolve and create our dome. Once this is done, we can then erase all of our circles. We won't be needing them anymore. And now let's select the revolve command, select our axis, and enter. UCS back in place. And there you have it, our little chapel. Shaded and, oh, forgot to erase this line here. Okay. Let's put this in perspective view. By now I believe everyone knows I love placing this in the perspective view. Gives it a much more realistic look. A little bonus maybe you want to check out is that looking at this, we have about, I'm gonna say, 1 meter and 80 centimeters of height inside the building, so let's make a small entrance. I'm going to use a polyline again. Going to go at about 1 meter. Oh, wait, that's it? And then select arc. 1 meter again. This is going to be a really small chapel. Line again, there, and then close. Let's change our UCS again. You don't really need to do this. It's just a small bonus I like to show, and also to use the subtract command a few more times. Select it, and then just place it in the middle. Oh, there it is. I can barely see it. Need to put this into X-ray mode. Now, just make an extrude to the inside about, yeah, maybe about here. And now, subtract, select our big box, and then erase this door shape guess. Yeah, and basically this is how you can make a little door for your little chapel or house or whatever you want to call it. Maybe shaded view. And this is quite useful because if you want to make more, ooh, cool. If you want to make more complex houses, you can, just by playing around with the revolve command for the domes, with the subtract command to make a few holes and doors, and that's exactly what I've been doing with this project of mine. If I can turn this off and then turn this on, my Agia Sophia II. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, just playing around with a few arrays, subtracts and all, you can get some really cool shapes. I think that this is a mosque. Put this into perspective view. Well, I hope this tutorial helped you out, and if a lot of people like this, I will show them how to, in another tutorial, how to make this wannabe chapel, wannabe cathedral. Well, see you guys next time.